Nitai Gaur Sundar are right here in front of you. This is their home, and Nand Gopal Prabhu and family live here and serve them.
We are trying to.
I'm sure this name is given by Ramapad Swami Maharaj. You can see the little picture of Ramapad Swami Maharaj next to Srila Prabhupada. He's a very dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Ramapad Swami Maharaj, and the initiating guru of our Nand Gopal Prabhu. I have probably spent more time with him than Nand Gopal Prabhu. I served him in New York when I was 22 years old. So that would be about 100 years ago. 22 years old. That's at least 36, 37 years now. I came to New York and Maharaj was in charge, and he gave me a service of putting the ghee on top of the rotis. So my first service was putting the ghee on the rotis, and there was a devotee who was actually making the rotis. Was a white body, and every roti he made was a map of a different country. Sometimes I would go, okay, this looks like Australia, this looks like India, but it wasn't the shape of the roti, it's the taste of the roti, of course, and the main thing is the devotion that goes behind it. So although I laughed within inside, but I never said anything, because the first thing you hear in ISKCON is, okay, you do it. And I don't know how to roll proper rotis. So I wasn't going to pick on him. And then I stayed for a little bit longer, and Ramapad Swami Maharaj kept me as a servant. And then he found out that I drove, I know how to get to places, because 22 years old, you're like a child and you're in a new country. But when he figured out that he can do all that, so he made me a gopher. Every morning he would give me a list. This is what I want. Now you go and arrange. Maybe his glasses needed fixing. Maybe he needed something. Those days, it wasn't so easy. There was no Amazon that you could order anything from. There was no GPS. Nobody had heard of GPS. There was no cell phone. You want to go somewhere, you just look it up. No, you have to pick up the plain old big yellow pages and look through. So he would guide me. And then the summer came, and we started having the street festivals. In the street festivals, I was sent to be a cashier by him. Okay, the devotees are doing what they're doing, and you just collect the cash and make change. And he had trained a Spanish, maybe he was Colombian body devotee, to make the pakoras. So we would make the gobi pakoda, but cut the gobi so big so that, and have a little tail to the gobi. Gobi, of course, has the little tail naturally. So our trick was that we would sell those gobi pakoras, and people would come and buy them thinking that they're chicken pakoras. And it really worked until the batter started to run off the gobi, and the gobi started to show. So this devotee who was making the pakoras in the back, we made the pakoras right on the street. So I watched him. What he was doing is washing the gobi and taking the whole gobi, putting it into the batter every time. So much water would go with it, and the batter would now become thin, and that thin batter will not stay on the gobi. So I tried to explain to him, and my worst fear came through. He said, "You do it." He was really suffering from English. I spoke some English, but he really spoke very broken English. So later on, he had to depend upon me because he couldn't go anywhere without me because he couldn't get around. So he started to listen. Okay, I will, when I add the water, I will also add the besan. The batter becomes thick again, and we make nice pakoras. The pakoras stay. No matter how many times you would tell people, no, no, this is not a chicken pakoda. This is a gobi pakoda, cauliflower. They would still call it chicken pakoda. Even after finishing the whole plate, they would come back. Could I have more chicken pakoda, please? Uh, more chicken, please. What they call it? Chicken fritters or something like that. Leg piece or whatever. And we had an expert cook, and his father's health took a turn for the worse. So he was our only cook. We sold vegetable chili, and sweet and sour vegetables, and we also made veggie burgers with tahini sauce, pita bread, stick a uh, salad into it, tahini sauce, and a little veggie burger inside. Oh, we were selling like hotcakes, everything. And this Prabhu, who was the cook, he left because he had to look after his ailing father. So Ramapad Swami said, now Akrura will cook. Akrura doesn't know how to boil rice. But this Prabhu trained me. He gave me all the measurements by the bucket and the spices by the magga, that what do they call in here? They call it a measuring cup. It's a measuring cup of a like a at least 10 cups worth measuring cup. So I would put and there was a pot. The pot is rectangular. It's about that big and that high. And there's a thing to move your vegetables inside. What do you call that? The stir stick. Well, that stir thing was as big as a something that you could row a boat with. It was that big. So the measurements was by the bucket. The spices were by the uh, jugs, and I would make the sabji like uh, 10 to 12 buckets worth, and at night and take it to the freezer, and be frozen in the morning. Then we would put those hot pots on and transfer, break pieces out of the sabji and put them in the thing and sell all day. And Prabhupada Swami Maharaj was very happy that now uh, not only I am looking after the cash, also having to cook at night, watch the pakoda wala, make sure pakodas the batter is staying. We had a very nice time. I think then several years later, Prabhupada Swami came to Vancouver. He stayed with us. I don't know if were you here at that time? Yeah, you came after. So he wanted to go to Alaska. He is a real preacher. He is, when he speaks, it's like nectar, real nectar. And almost nothing will go above your head. He is really pakka in putting his class together, give you one after the other. So it really sinks in. ISKCON. ISKCON से अंदर and stays in your head. Anyways, so today I was asked to say something about gauracandra. First thing I was thinking, Nitai Gaur Sundar, we usually say gauracandra or say Radha Krishna, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Shyam Sundar. So when there is Radha and Krishna, always Radha goes first. Of course, there is one exception. What is the exception? Chicago. When we refer to them as Kishore and Kishori, then Kishore goes first. We never say Kishori Kishora. We always say Kishori Kishori. That's another name of Radha and Krishna, Kishora and Kishori. Because the form that we worship them in is the Kishore form. They have a Balroop, a Poganda, and then they have Kishore. And that Kishore is referred to as Radha Shyam Sundar. Shyam Sundar Swarup. That is between the ages of 9 to 12. And that is the time when Radha and Krishna were together. Before that, they lived so far away from each other they could not meet. And after that, Krishna left Vrindavan. So, with all the other forms, let's say Lakshmi Narsingha, Lakshmi goes first. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Jagannath always goes first. Although in the Rath Yatra, always goes last. But in the name, he always goes first. Jagannath Rath Yatra means Baldev, Subhadra, Jagannath. But with Gauranitāi, you can say Gauranitāi or Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Or we say Gauranitāi. Either ways, it works. Like in Mayapur. Let's sing this bhajan first. Then you want to sing a bhajan to glorify Gauranitāi? Open up your smartphones, parama karuna. We don't have sheets for everybody. The sheets can be used by those who are not smart, meaning who don't have smartphones. Those who can open up in their smartphone, open up in the smartphone, parama karuna, and those who cannot can share the sheet. Don't give them too close. Give one to Narad Muni Prabhu. I printed them so big so many people can read from the same sheet. Of course, if you brought your glasses, if you didn't bring your glasses, then I don't know what to do. We'll try to sing this bhajan. Parama karuna pahū dvijana jananitāi gauracandra parama parama karuna pahū dvijana jananitāi gauracandra Sabai avatar Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Sabai avatar Sabai avatar Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Bhajo bhajo bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sutrada Vishwasa Kari Bhajo bhajo bhai Bhajo bhajo bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sutrada Vishwasa Kari Vishaya Chariya Sera se Majiya Mukhe Mukhe Hari Hari Chariya विषयचारिया तेरा से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाथ हे मन दयाल दाता देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाथ हे मन दयाल दाता पशु पक्षी जुरे पाषाण विदरे सुनी जन गुण गाथा पशु पक्षी जुरे पाषाण विदरे सुनी जन गुण गाथा संसारे मजिया रोहिली परिया से पदे नहिलो आशा संसारे मजिया रोहिली परिया से परे नहिलो आशा अपना कर्मा भुंजाय शमना कोय लोचन दासा भुंजाय शमना अपना कर्मा भुंजाय शमना कोय लोचन दास परम करुणा पहु द्विजना ताय गौरचंद्र हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramhan Paryajakacharya Astotat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinti Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री मायापुर धाम की भक्ति देवी की वृंद देवी की हरि नाम संकीर्तन की all glory to the Sambho devotee, all glories to the Sambho devotee, all glories to the Sambho devotee, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya. Bolo bolo. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Somebody really knows how to talk. Parama karuna pahū dvijana jananitāi gauracandra. The two lords, Nitai Gauracandra, are very merciful. Nitai Gauracandra is a special form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's say, how many of you have been to Mayapur? Some of you have been to Mayapur. So in Mayapur, outside of our own temple, most of the temples are not Gauranatai temples. What are they? No, they're not Gauranatai temples, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. They are Gaur Gadadhar temples. Gaur Gadadhar. Because their mood, their bhav is to worship Radha and Krishna together. So they see Krishna in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they see Radharani in Gadadhar. Sometimes you won't be able to tell because they're both boys standing in front of you, right? So how can you tell? So there's a few ways of telling. When there is Gaur Nitai, they will always be in the same form, this way or this way or whatever. They will be exactly identical. They're two boys. But when there is Gaur Gadadhar, Gadadhar will always be in a different form. Just like you see at the temple, most of the Radha Krishna temples also, Radharani is standing on the altar, but always holding something for Krishna. Always holding something for Krishna. So, Gaur Gadadhar, same way. The other way to tell is Lord Nityananda, Nitai, will be wearing blue dhoti and Gadadhar will be wearing red. Red. Red is his favorite color. So there could be some uh, people using different colors at different times, but they will never use red for Nitai and they will never use blue for Gadadhar. Never. So if you go to Ekachakra, then you will find many times. How many of you have been to Ekachakra? So outside of our own temple, you would find temples of Nityananda with his two wives, Nityananda with his two parents. Of course, you go to our temple, you find Gaur Nitai and Panchtattva. I'm trying to tell you the difference of the mood. Now, these are for us kind of original temples from 500 years ago. This has been going on. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, actually, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in our current parampara first started to establish temples. So in his temples, you would see Gaur Radha Krishna. You would see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu standing alone and you would see Radha Krishna. You seen those temples? They are mainly Gaudiya Math temples. Yeah, Udhampur, they have copied the style, and also in the GEV, they have copied the style. But originally, the style comes from Bhaktivinoda Thakur established that in Mayapur. So there is a mood behind it. The mood that he wanted to give, that your Nimai that you worship here in Mayapur is not just Nimai. He is Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So that darshan is showing you exactly Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. That is the darshan that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy got to see the form of Radha Krishna coming out of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is a particular mood for that darshan. There is a particular mood that our acharyas are trying to give. Following Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Prabhupada started to preach but gave a completely different mood. What is that mood? Gauracandra. In ISKCON, you would find very little, less than 1% places where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in another form other than Gauracandra. You can see Gauracandra, you can see Panchtattva, but no other forms, nowhere. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada is trying to give a different mood. What is that mood? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not at home. This is not Mayapur. Nityananda is not at home. This is not Ek Chakra. They have both gotten together and gone out to preach. They have both gotten together and gone out to preach. Why? To start the Sankirtan Andolan. The Yugavatars, they got together, Krishna Balram, and they got out to, stepped out. When they step out, they're not stepping out with in all these other forms. They're stepping out in Gauracandra. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So wherever Srila Prabhupada established temples everywhere in the world, same mood. He did not wear away from that mood. Gauracandra. So this Gauracandra Leela is actually very short. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared when Lord Nityananda was already 12 years old. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Mayapur, in Ek Chakra, Lord Nityananda already left home and went on Tirth Yatra with his Guru Lakshmi. Drastic change. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after that, about 20 years later, he was ready to start the Sankirtan movement. And Nityananda went around all over India, all of the Tirtha Sthanas, and finally ended up at Radhakund. At Radhakund, his Guru's Leela also ended. His Guru left his body. And now he was free, and now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Mayapur wants to start the Sankirtan movement. So at that time, divinely, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called for Nityananda. And Nityananda heard the call. He was at Radhakund. How many of you have been to Radhakund? Some have been to Radhakund. So there is a Nityananda temple at Radhakund, Nityananda Baithak. That's exactly where he was. And there was a place marked where he was actually sitting. And from there, he heard Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's call and he roared like a lion. All three worlds heard his roar. And those who were in the knowledge, they understood by his roar that the Sankirtan movement is now about to start. And he came to Mayapur for just for a few years. They went and preached together. In Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would stay at home and send Nityananda and Haridas Thakur and others to go and preach. But when they left Mayapur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda would go together. So they would go together to establish the Sankirtan movement, Yoga Dharma, outside of Mayapur. And that is the form that Srila Prabhupada has picked up, because this is not Mayapur. This is the Western world, and they are here in this form to preach the holy name. So, after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he just wanted to go to Vrindavan, always wanting to go to Vrindavan. And he would get into ecstatic mood and start to feel like he's reached Vrindavan. And then he would ask his associates to confirm somehow or the other. And Lord Nityananda was basically getting sick and tired of this Leela. So one day, they're coming back from preaching in some villages, and they saw the river. And just before that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got into that mood and approached the river, and he is in the Vrindavan mood. So he is thinking, this is Yamuna. So he asked Nityananda to confirm, are we in Vrindavan? Is this Yamuna? Nityananda was tired. He said, yes, it is Yamuna. Go, jump. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jumped in. And what he was thinking is Yamuna. So somehow or the other, he crosses the whole thing and gets to the other end. And Advaitacharya is standing right there. And he sees Advaitacharya and asks Advaitacharya, Advaitacharya, what are you doing here? When did you come to Vrindavan? He said, this is not Vrindavan. I am at home. This is Shantipur. This is where I live. And now Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mad. This Nityananda told me that this is that we are in Vrindavan. This is Yamuna. So I jumped, and Nityananda was produced, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mad at him now. I say, you said this was Vrindavan. You said this was Yamuna. He said, yes, it is Yamuna. Who told you it's not? Where is Yamuna? Yamuna went and merged into Ganga at Prayag. Now, if you ask me for Yamuna over here, then where is Yamuna? Yamuna is right here in the Ganga. So I did not lie to you. You asked me if this was Yamuna. I said, yes, this is Yamuna. So it seems that after this pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda to go one way, and he himself went another way. Danda Bhanga Leela is also part of this Leela. He, he took the sannyas danda of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and broke it into three, broke the danda twice, so it became three. So, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas from a Mayavadi sannyasi, that was ek dand. Ek danda kind of means, because it's Mayavad, that soul and super soul is one. Nirvishesh. Nothing special, all one. That is Advaitvad. Not two, just one. But Lord Nityananda broke it twice, it became three. So that danda now means that if I am holding the danda, or whoever is holding the danda is stating that from my mind and from my action and from my voice, only Krishna. That is my sannyas. My sannyas means I will only think of Krishna and nobody else with my mind. Only serve, only think of serving Krishna or whatever with Krishna, everything and anything to do with Krishna. And with my voice, I will only speak about Krishna or his name, Gun, Roop, Leela, whatever. And by my karma, whatever karma I perform, I will only perform that karma to satisfy Krishna, to please the Lord. Anukulyena Krishna, Anushilanam Bhaktiruttam. So that became the new Tridand system that we still follow from that day. So Lord Nityananda was sent to preach in Bengal and Orissa, whereas Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. And sorry, Lord Nityananda was left to preach in Bengal, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left for Orissa. And then, of course, further. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also asked Nityananda, go get married. So, Lord Nityananda, of course, although from inside he is Swasevan Shakti and he always follows the order, but from the outside he plays a role of I'm the older brother, you have to tell me, why to do something, even if you want me to do it. So he asked, and he said, yes, no, if you marry, you are in the Grahastha ashram, your preaching will be more fruitful. So Lord Nityananda went and married Mata Jahanwa, and within the marriage function, because marriage function goes on for so long, before the end of the marriage function, he also married her sister, Vasudha. So these are the two original wives, Bhudevi and Shri Devi, and both got married to Lord Nityananda. So further, it says, Sabhayavata Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. They are the essence of all incarnations. All the essence of all incarnation means the most mercy that you can get from any incarnation. Put them all together and you can get from this one incarnation. So it is also said that for us, for the Kaliyugi Jivas, they are the only shelter. Why? Because in Satyoga, people used to please Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and all those other uh, forms of Krishna or incarnations. So it's a very high standard. Thousands upon thousands of years of tapasya, thousands upon thousands of years of purification you have to go through and follow that Satyuga kind of standard. Then comes Treta. You can please Lord Ram, but you have to follow Treta standard. And in Dwapar, you can please Krishna, but follow the Dwapar standard. Can we follow Dwapar standard? We cannot. We are so short lived. Our attention span is so small. We get lost very quickly. We cannot concentrate for very long. So it is said that if we go and look for mercy of Krishna, surrender to Krishna directly, it is going to be next to impossible for the Kaliyugi Jivas. Whereas if we surrender to Gauranitāi, Nitai Gaur Sundar, they are the Kaliyuga avatar. They went home to home to preach to people. And they asked, just chant the holy name. Bhajo bhajo bhai, Chaitanya Nitai, Sudrada Vishwasa Kari. Of course, you have to have some firm faith. Without faith, it's going to be very difficult. So one thing is Sudrada Vishwasa Kari. Have faith in them. The next thing is Vishaya Chadiya, Sera Se Majiya, Mukhe Bolo, Hari Hari. Vishaya Chadiya. We have to give up the anarthas. We have to give up the running after sense gratification all the time. If we keep running after the sense gratification all the time, we cannot give up the anarthas, then there is no hope. Srila Prabhupada never said, just chant Hare Krishna and run after sense gratification, break all the principles, and I will take you home back to God. Have faith, give up the anarthas, stop running after the sense gratification, and Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Chant the holy name. Kirtan, dancing, chanting, bhajan. It is said that if you sing kirtan while laying down, even while you're laying down in the bed and you're singing kirtan, Krishna will come, Supreme Personality will come and sit next to you. Kirtan is so powerful. If you sit down and then perform kirtan, Krishna will come and stand next to you. If you stand and perform kirtan, then Krishna will stand next to you and dance. You are standing, performing kirtan, Krishna will be standing and dancing. But if you stand and perform kirtan and dance all together at the same time, then Krishna will come and embrace you. He will be all over you. He likes it so much that he will be all over you. देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाय ए मन दयाल दाता. You know, there are so many incarnations that come every Yuga Chakra. You understand the Yuga Chakra? There is Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kalyug, and then what happens after Kalyug? Madhurusha, what happens after Kalyug? After Kalyug ends, what happens? Destruction. And then what happens after the destruction? Destruction forever? Yeah. After destruction, there is reconstruction. So that is after the end of Kali Yuga, Satyuga starting again. That means this is a Yuga Chakra. We are in a Yuga Chakra. We are at the Kali Yuga. And after Kali Yuga, Satyuga starts. So that will be the second Yuga Chakra. So in one day of Brahma, there are 1000 Yuga Chakras. In one day of Brahma, there are 1000 Yuga Chakras. After 1000 Yuga Chakras, it will be night for Brahma. He would go to sleep. And so would we. Because we cannot survive or perform without Brahma. And then he would wake up again. So out of the 1000 Yuga Chakras, gauracandra will only come in one Yuga Chakra. These Yuga Chakras are broken further by manvantars. So, one Yuga Chakra, two Yuga Chakra, three Yuga Chakras, like that, 71 Yuga Chakras make one manvantar. And 14 manvantars will make one kalpa or one day of Brahma. One kalpa. So, now imagine how fortunate we are that we are in a human form at this time when gauracandra have just come, finished their pastime and gone. Because out of the 14 manvantars, in the 7th manvantar, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. In the 7th manvantar, there are 71 Yuga Chakras. And out of the 71 Yuga Chakras, he comes in 28 Yuga Chakras. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just came. That means we are in 728. And we even have a human form. So, we can take full advantage. Further it says, Pasu pakhi jude, pashana vidre, suni jana gunagatha. We are trying to follow Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu according to the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. And we're trying to preach. All of us at our own level are trying to preach. And we're trying to bring Krishna consciousness to people. Gauracandra are taking Krishna consciousness to Pashu Pakshi. They don't stop at the humans, they even take it to Pashu Pakshi. And it is said that there is one preacher who is the highest. Can somebody guess who's the biggest preacher of all time to give? Yes. Uh, are you trying to please Narad Muni Prabhu?
उनके साथ आया, so I have to go with him back to.
Narad Muni is one of the topmost preachers, but you've never heard of Narad Muni giving Krishna consciousness to anybody else other than the human devotees. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even gives it to Pashu Pakshi. And then there is one personality even higher than Gauracandra. That is Srimati Radharani herself. Why? Is she a great preacher? No, she is. Because you can make everybody Krishna conscious. Who's going to make Krishna Krishna conscious? She made Krishna Krishna conscious, so Krishna decided to take incarnation as his own devotee to feel the pleasure of Krishna consciousness. You've all heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one of the main reasons he came in this incarnation is to feel that pleasure that the devotees are feeling. Because he was challenged by Radharani that you are Purush, you are Bhagwan. You don't know how devotees feel. You don't know what we go through. Translating? Which language?
No, not right translating, but
For them, I'm speaking in English.
the easy language, easy.
So, you can make anybody Krishna conscious, but who is going to make Krishna Krishna conscious? You can make anybody a devotee, but how are you going to make Krishna into a devotee of himself? That only Radharani can do. She makes even Krishna into his own devotee. And that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sansare majia rohili poria se pade nahilo asha. Now there is a prayer that Lochandas Thakur, who wrote this song or prayer, is saying that I am so entrapped by sense gratification. As above, there is a condition given. You must give up sense gratification. Now, in the end, he is saying, I am so trapped in the sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. Apana karma bhunjay shamana kohoe lochana dasa. This is the consequence. If you don't have any attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, and you have all attraction for sense gratification, then this is what is going to happen to you. I'm not saying, Lochandas Thakur is saying. Then Yamraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by allowing me to be attracted to sense gratification, be attracted to Maya. In the Bhagavatam, it is said, like the verses that we are discussing these days, that where did the dharma or the religion take shelter after Krishna disappeared? Where did he take shelter? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, of course. So you know so many people who are the knowers of the Bhagavatam. But Krishna is not one of them. You've never heard that Krishna is the knower of the Bhagavatam. He is the giver of the Bhagavad Gita. He is not the giver of the Bhagavatam. But it is said that in order to relish that Bhagavatam, Krishna incarnates in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and becomes now the expert on the Srimad Bhagavatam. Nitai Gauracandra ki. Any questions or comments?
Not the name of Lord Nita's Guru, because Lord Nita had a Guru who took him to Radhapur.
Yeah, Lakshmipati, but formally, although he served Lakshmipati for his whole life, so practically we call him Lakshmipati's disciple, but he is not a disciple of Lakshmipati, he is disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Lakshmipati is also disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and so is Ishwar Puri. So your Diksha Guru is your Diksha Guru, but then all over your life, if you have spent your life serving somebody other than your Diksha Guru, then they become more like your Guru. Our Guru Parampara is not really based on Diksha. Even Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj never initiated Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Guru was somebody else. But that person does not get the entry into our Guru Parampara, because it was Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj who helped Bhaktivinoda Thakur for the most part. So he gets to be in that Guru Parampara. So there is, it is clearly said that Shiksha Guru is higher than Diksha Guru. Of course, if you have a Diksha Guru who gave you Diksha and also guided you all your life, like the relationship between Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, it's a different matter. But your Guru is who gives you Shiksha, guides you in Krishna consciousness all your life, rather than somebody who connects you to the Guru Parampara once. Any other question or comment? Nothing. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you.
Gurudev has to pray.